Here on Oahu, there is a hidden gem named Paalaa Bakery located in Waialua on the North Shore. It's the home of the famous snow puffies. Its fluffy and flaky layers are filled with a custard and topped off with swirls of chocolate and powdered sugar. This beautiful pastry has been requested, which inspired me for today's video. I will be creating my version of a snow puffy. The first thing I'm going to do is make the filling. I used instant pudding, which calls for 2 cups of cold milk. I whisked it together and I let it sit in the fridge for a couple of hours. Once it's set, you can see that the pudding has thickened. So to lighten it up, I'm going to fold in half a cup of Cool Whip. Once it's mixed, saran wrap it and let it hang out in the fridge until we need it later. For the pastry, I bought already made puff pastry sheets. These are the same ones I used for my pull-apart Nutella Christmas tree. I love these are so easy to work with and it'll save you so much time, not to mention they taste great and puff up perfectly. It comes in a box with 2 sheets. You'll find this in the frozen section, so before using them, you need to give it time to thaw out. The dough comes folded into thirds. When they are thawed out enough, they should be able to unfold without cracking. So give them about 10 to 15 minutes before handling. Once they have softened, carefully unfold the sheet. I'm using the creases as my cutting guideline to cut them into thirds. The original snow puffies give you a nice, generous rectangle, but I'm going to be less generous and make it into squares. That way, I can make 9 pastries out of 1 sheet. Once you have them cut up, go ahead and set them on a lined pan with parchment paper, leaving at least a 1-inch gap between them. They won't expand outwards, more so upwards. Have your oven preheated to 400 degrees and you're going to bake them for 13 to 15 minutes until puffed up and very lightly golden brown. This is how it looks at the halfway mark, nice and puffed but still pale. Not so much different, but this is now how it looks when it is ready. You know it's ready when their feet has a tan. After you pull them out of the oven, transfer them to a cooling rack and let it cool off completely. You can see that a few of mine got a little extra tan because they were on the bottom rack, so I really should have kept a closer eye on them. Once they are cooled down, they will have an extremely fragile shell weighing almost nothing. While they take a nap, have your filling and Nutella ready. I transferred both of mine into piping bags for an easier application. To add the filling, I'm going to have to cut them in half, find the middle layer and separate them. A knife may damage the pastry, so I found that using kitchen shears were the best tool to help split them in half. You can see that there is a nice pocket to add your filling. Remember to keep the partners together so you can reunite them. Once you have them all cut in halves, add your filling. It's not necessary to use the piping method, you can very much so just spoon it in. Then you're going to want to sandwich the filling with the other half. Now bring in the inner artist in you and do a beautiful Nutella design on top of your pastry. I'm just using a simple figure 8 design. Last but not least, this wouldn't be a snow puffy without it going through a blizzard. Give them a heavy dusting of powdered sugar and enjoy. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to inspiring you in future videos.